and welcome back to our yoga series, our mini yoga series. This is video number 2, and this is a short practice for preconception. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to start standing. So make your way to the top of your mat, and we're going to come into mountain pose Tadasana, taking the feet squarely underneath the hips, rooting down, lengthening the tailbone towards the earth, shining the hip points up towards the sky. And again, we're going to bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Close the eyes or find a soft gaze. And again, we'll come back to the breath here. Feeling it move through our bodies. We've been breathing all night. We've been breathing all morning, maybe without much awareness to it. So we're going to begin to be mindful and aware of the breath and use it as a tool to be present in our bodies, to feel secure and grounded in our bodies. And as we breathe, we'll feel the weight of our lower body sink into the earth as we feel a lift through the spine and the heart. And we'll take 3 to 5 mindful breath cycles here. Whatever that means for you, following them as they move throughout your body. And when you're ready, we'll slowly blink the eyes open. We'll release the lower hands for just a moment. And on an inhale, we'll inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. We'll step the right foot back behind the left, and we'll grab onto the left or the right wrist with the left hand, stretching over the left side of the room. Shoulders and hips stay stacked. Our gaze extends up. Strong current of energy through the right side body. Big stretch here. And then exhale to release. We'll come back through center, taking the same on the opposite side. Inhaling, reaching up, stepping left foot behind right, grabbing left wrist, pulling it over to the right side of the room. Gaze extends up towards the sky. And exhale, release, come back through center. Beautiful. Inhale again, reach up towards the sky. And this time, exhale, fold through center, coming into our forward fold. Letting the upper body hang heavy here, maybe putting a generous bend in the knees, stretching through the low back and the hamstrings, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll pose here. Come back to your breath, 5 cycles through. And on a slow exhale, we'll draw navel in towards spine, and we'll slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming back to standing, looping the shoulders down the back, coming back to the top of the mat. And we're going to take ourselves through a short flow, a half sun salutation A, to get some movement, to get some energy in the body. We'll pair our movement with the breath. This is a really good practice to be mindful with the breath because the movements are very intuitive with the breath cycle. So we'll come back to our mountain pose, find our grounding here. Feel secure in our bodies. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, big stretch up. And exhale, swan dive, we fold through center, forward fold. Inhale brings us up halfway, hands come to the thighs. We extend the upper body, lengthening the neck, soft bend in the knees. Shoulder blades plug together, and then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, brings us all of the way back. So you reach towards the sky, full body stretch, and exhale, hands settle to heart center, back to mountain pose. 2 breath cycles here to regroup, and then we're going to go through this a few more times together, and then you'll have the opportunity to move through on your own, following your own breath, being your own guide. When you're ready, inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart, pause, checking in here, 2 breath cycles. And then we'll continue on. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, fold through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 breath cycles to check in. And when you're ready, I want you to take this flow through 2 times on your own, moving with your own breath. You know the way now. Pairing your movement with your breath cycle in a way that feels good and fulfilling, that brings awareness to the body. Whenever you're ready, I invite you to begin 2 times through. We'll meet together with hands at heart center. No rush to get there. We'll wait for you. Again, coming into our mountain pose, finding our alignment. Hips over feet, hips over ankles, heart over hips, hands together, shoulders relaxed. Maybe we bring one hand to the heart and belly again. Whatever feels good for you. I invite you to close your eyes. Find a soft gaze. Come back to the breath. And when you're ready, we'll slowly blink the eyes open. Beautiful. Again, we'll inhale, reach the hands towards the sky, and exhale, we'll lower them, coming into our forward fold. This time we'll plant the hands on the earth and we'll step or slide the right toes back, coming into a lunge. We'll lower the back heel on the mat. The right foot is angled 45 degrees. Left knee is over left ankle. And inhale, we'll rise up, coming into our warrior 1 pose, our strength pose. Feeling empowered in this pose as we balance here. We're grounding through the legs and the feet, cutting into the back edge of the foot. Strengthening and tightening the muscles in the legs. The shoulders are relaxed as the arms reach up. We're here for 3 breath cycles through. Exhale, we'll rain the fingers down, planting the fingertips. Will again lift the toes off the mat, or the heels off the mat. The toe is grounded. We'll plant and ground through the right foot, lifting the left towards the sky, coming into our spinal twist. Again, twists are so detoxifying for the body, bringing fresh energy. And then exhale, release. So we'll plant the fingertips and rock back up into our forward fold. Pausing here for a few moments again, maybe grabbing opposite elbow, maybe rocking right to left. And then we'll slowly roll back towards center. Beautiful mountain pose, 2 breath cycles through, then we'll take the same on the opposite side. Inhale, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the fingertips. We'll step or slide the left toes back. Crescent lunge. We'll lower the left heel down. Keeping right knee over right ankle. We'll rise up strong. Warrior 1. To the opposite side. Front knee stays over front ankle. Again, we strengthen and ground through the legs while lifting through the arms. Finding space and expansion through the heart space. 3 more breath cycles here. And exhale, release. So lower down, lifting the back heel, planting the left hand, reaching the right arm towards the sky, spinal twist. And exhale, release. We'll ground through the fingertips. Again, rocking forward, coming back to our forward fold, hanging heavy. Spending a few breath cycles, stretching through the low back and the hamstrings. And then slowly rolling it up. 1 vertebrae at a time. We come back up to standing. Hands to heart, 3 breath cycles in our mountain pose, our grounded mountain pose. And when you're ready, we'll blink the eyes open. We'll get ready for our tree pose, our balancing posture, our standing balance posture. If you know balance is something that makes you uncomfortable or that you struggle with, you're welcome to come to a wall. You're welcome to step off your mat, whatever feels best for you. I invite you to come to that space. We'll come back to our mountain or stay in our mountain, feet securely under the hips. We'll begin to bump the hips right to left. Just noticing the weight distribution in the body, the center of gravity. And when you're ready, we'll shift the weight of our body over to the left foot, lifting the right foot, keeping the toes on the mat, bringing the foot to the inside of the ankle or the inside of the calf or the inside of the thigh, whatever feels best for you, but avoid the knee. So come to your tree, we find our drishti, our focal point. We come to this space of concentration. It's hard to think about anything else in this moment. So stay with the body, stay with the breath. Don't hold the breath here, don't forget to breathe. But keep your mind on your body. Maybe we reach the arms up towards the sky. Always keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. 3 more breath cycles here. And then when you're ready, we'll exhale, release, drawing the right knee up towards the body. We'll take the left hand to the outside of the knee, reaching the right hand back behind us, again coming into a twist. Gaze extends towards the back of the room. Good balance here. If you fall out, just jump back in. It's all good. And exhale, we'll slowly release. Beautiful job. Let's bump the hips right to left. Come back to our mountain pose, adjust what we need to, find our balance, begin to notice the distribution of our weight, our center of gravity. We'll come over to this right leg now, lifting the left foot without collapsing in the hips, bringing the foot to the inside of the ankle, calf, or thigh. Come back to the breath. We find what we're focusing on. Feel grounded, feel rooted, of course, the visual of the tree. If we'd like to grow our branches, we can. 3 to 5 more breath cycles here. You've got it. If you fall out, just jump back in. And exhale, we'll slowly draw the left knee up towards the body, bringing right hand to the outside of the knee. Left hand extends towards the back of the room, spinal twist here. And exhale to slowly release. Nicely done. We'll bump the hips right to left. And we're going to make our way to a comfortable space on the mat. We are going to be coming into a legs up against the wall. So if you have a wall available to you, if you're near a wall, we'll use that. But I will just guide you verbally, as I do not have a wall available. And you're welcome to do this pose without a wall. It's a little bit more strength, a little more core. So we'll come down to the mat, we'll come down to the floor near a wall, and you'll come to sit next to the wall. So your hip is flush with the wall. And then we'll just move and turn so that you bring your legs against the wall. The legs are extended up the wall, your back is on the mat. And come, bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly as you lay in this space. So this is our posture against the wall. Once you make your way there, come back to the breath. And this is an amazing pose for this time of preconception. This sends so much healthy blood flow to the reproductive organs. It's very stimulating, it's very healthy, it's very calming and relaxing. It's amazing to do before bed. So once you get to a place where you're comfortable, you can keep the feet extended up the wall. You can bring the legs into a V position. You can bring the feet together, knees open wide into a mountain angle position. Whatever feels good for you, but once you get there, we're just going to take a minute or so to be in this pose, to restore in this pose. If you find your mind wandering to other thoughts, I invite you to bring it back to the breath gently with no judgment. And we'll just be here for a few moments. When you're ready, we'll slowly come out of this pose the way that we came into it. We'll just gently lower the legs down towards the earth, and we'll rise up so we're sitting against the wall, and then we'll scooch away from the wall, and we're going to make our way to our backs again. So you can just scooch away from the wall, you don't have to come back to your mat. But when you get there, let's plant the feet on the earth, knees up towards the sky, and we're just gonna let them fall right to left a few cycles through to release the low back and the hips. Then when you're ready, we'll pause in center. We'll tuck the shoulder blades together under the heart space, bringing the hands on either side of the hips. And on an inhale, we'll press into the feet, lifting the hips, coming into a bridge pose, another amazing pose for reproductive health. We'll stay here for 3 breath cycles. And then exhale, we'll slowly lower 1 vertebrae at a time until the entire back is flush with the mat. From this space, we'll extend the legs out long, open the arms up towards the sky. Gently tuck the shoulder blades together under the heart space. We'll come into our final Shavasana. Coming back to the breath in this space. Feeling the weight of the body sink to the mat underneath you. You don't need to hold yourself up anymore. Giving yourself permission to stay in this sacred space that you're creating, to stay with your breath. Coming into your final meditation. Gently bring some awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, we'll slowly push up into a comfortable seat, taking your time to get there. We'll share 1 deep breath cycle all together once you do. Inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sighing it out. Inhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice today, and we will see you in the next one.